My name is Kirsten Schnell. I'm a 4th grade teacher in Northern Colorado, and this is a Crazy Cat Classroom. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started on a day in the life, I want to make sure that you hit that subscribe button and ding the notification bell so that you are notified every single time I upload a new video. Also, if you like day in the life videos, or if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That just helps my video reach more teachers. So let's get started. I'm doing this day in the life because today I have tickets, to go to Knowledge Bound, which is the teacher store in Northern Colorado. And it's locally owned by someone who used to be a teacher. So I have tickets. They didn't cost anything. I just had to reserve my spot to go to Knowledge Bound at 10 o'clock. And it's their customer appreciation day. And so what that is I get to peruse some of the teaching stuff that is in the store. I get to listen to some demonstrations, and I earn tickets, and I can put those tickets in a bucket and win a prize later tonight at 7:30, and they'll be announcing prizes via Facebook Live. So the reason with all this COVID, they still wanted to do Customer Appreciation Day, but they had to just do it a little bit differently. So today's the very last day. I purposely did that because I noticed that they just pull the tickets from up top. They don't shuffle them around that well. So I hope that my tickets get chosen. But last year, if they don't, that's fine. But last year, I won an amazing math game kit, which it was awesome. It was perfect for my 4th graders. And it was really helpful when I started doing math centers to just pull out those games that the kids could just play. So yeah, I'm doing that. Also, my house is a hot mess, or I should say my apartment's a hot mess, because my husband and I are in the process of buying a home, and I am a teacher, and so I know that if we are still looking for a house come the school year, which is only 3-ish weeks away, 4 to 3 weeks away, that I'm going to be stressed out. I mean, this school year is already wrapping up to be very interesting, just this constant waiting game of what's going to happen. But I know that if we are not teaching remotely, that going to work every single day, I will be stressed out. So I'm trying to go through things, get rid of things that I don't need, and pack up things that we don't use right away. So I'm thinking winter clothes, books, just artwork and stuff. So things that aren't a necessity. That being said, we have put an offer on a house. We'll find out today if we get it or not, which is exciting and terrifying all in one. I really love this house. It is smaller than our apartment, but it's just very cute. It has all hardwood floors. If we don't get it, we don't get it. I've come to determine that, there's other houses out there that if we don't get this one, we'll find something else. But it's also really hard when it's like perfect. It's the perfect first time home buyer house, and we are first time home buyers. So that has been very stressful in an exciting way. My goal, I make goals every single year, and one of my main goals this year was to buy a house. And so pre-pandemic, luckily my husband and I both have our jobs still, and financially we're doing well. So we are very, very lucky, and we note how lucky we are, because there are tons and tons of people who are sadly losing their homes or are not able to provide food on the table because they've lost their jobs due to this pandemic. So I want to just say we know how lucky we are. And so I just want to say that if you're in that boat, if you have lost your job because of the pandemic, my heart goes out for you, and your family is in my thoughts, because I definitely do think about those, like my students' parents who may have lost their jobs, and that breaks my heart that people are having difficulty providing for their families. So I do want to make that noted. So since this is a day in a life, you are seeing me in my full glory. I woke up at 4:30, and then I drove him to work because we have 2 cars, but one of our cars has a dead battery. So I have many things to do today. The first thing is I need to go to ARC, which is a thrift store in Colorado, similar to a Goodwill, similar to a Value Village if you're from the Pacific Northwest. So I need to go donate some items to ARC because they just need to get out of my house, so it's not so cluttered, because right now it's looking, I have you at an angle where I'm hoping you can't see much of my mess, but it's a hot mess. So I need to do that. They open at 9, and then I need to go to Knowledge Bound. My tickets are for 10 o'clock, and that's a little far away from, like, not too far away. It's about 30 minutes from my house, tops, but I do need to get gas. So after I drop off that stuff from ARC, I'm going to get gas and go to Knowledge Bound. Also, they're doing construction on, like, the main road coming from the highway to my house, so I'm going to have to figure out a different way to get to my house. After Knowledge Bound, depending on the time, I am going to take the battery out of the old car. I have changed my battery before. I've changed my alternator before. I am really lucky to have a stepdad who is a mechanic, so he has taught me a lot. And YouTube is super, super helpful in, like, if I'm not if I don't remember which, like, if I need to disconnect the positive or the negative first, I can look on YouTube. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to change my battery. Well, first take it out, and then I'm going to go to an auto parts store and just say, I need a battery like this one, so that they can get me the battery that I need, and then reconnect the battery. And then after that, I also would like to check the fluids in our car that is working, because the check engine light is on. And before I take it to the dealership, since that's where we take that car to get updates because of the warranty, I just want to make sure that's not something that I could just easily fix on my own, because the check engine light's on and we have emissions due at the end of the month to get our tags. Do you call them tags or tabs? I know that being dyslexic, I always thought that people called them tags, T-A-G. But because I'm dyslexic, I could easily confuse that G, the G at the end of tag, with a B, or the B at the end of tab with a G. So is it tags or tabs? Can you let me know in the comment box down below? Because to be honest, I'm forgetting. Then again, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, though I've been up for an hour and a half, I'm still very tired. That's why I have my tea. Also, because it's Customer Appreciation Day, I'm going to treat myself to coffee. I'm gonna finish up this tea. I'll make myself a nice little smoothie for breakfast, which did not hold me over yesterday, but I had worked out the day before, so I think that's the reason why we didn't work out yesterday, because we were putting in an offer on a house, and that was stressful. So, needless to say, you are going to come along with me to all these very, very, very awesome things. And like I said, it's the morning, you're seeing me in my full glory. And so hopefully next time you see me, I'll be a little bit more presentable. I mean, I'm pretty presentable now. I just definitely still have bedhead. Hi you guys, so I am dressed. I am ready for the day. I got a little bit of a later start than I was supposed to, but I decided to watch Sleepless in Seattle because that's just my jam. But I did do the dishes while I was watching, and I cleaned Leo's litter box, and I got some of the stuff that I'm donating outside. So I wanted to show you all the things that I'm donating. Not like all of the things, but you get it, the boxes. All right, so here are some of the things we are donating. And this is kind of like just our first run through, because we still have a ton more to go through and look through before we move to whatever we move to next. As far as my outfit, I'm wearing my cat skirt that I got for my birthday, and then a black tank top, and my fox necklace that kind of looks like a cat as well. And yeah, so I'm going to put this in our car. I know some of you are like, why are you wearing a skirt when you're going to be lifting things? Because I just want to. Also, it is a lovely, here I'll kind of scan so you can see the sky, lovely, like overcast day. And I know that people in Colorado don't necessarily like overcast days, but when you're from the Pacific Northwest and you're used to this weather, it's like a hug from home is what I like to call it. So I'm enjoying my hug from home day. I haven't ate my breakfast. I haven't had my smoothie yet for breakfast because I was doing the dishes and I had put the blender in the dishwasher. So to meld that issue, after I'm done putting these in, I'm gonna go get my coffee, and they sell breakfast burritos. And though I probably don't need a breakfast burrito, I'm going to get myself a breakfast burrito because they are delicious. So I am going to do that, and I'll check in with you guys later. Hi, so I put all those boxes in the car, so I'm going to go get my coffee and my breakfast burrito, and then I am going to check the levels in my car just so that I know before I go to like AutoZone this afternoon or O'Reilly's if I need to get any like transmission fluid or whatnot. And then I will be off to the Ark.
All right, you guys, so I changed out of my shoes into flip-flops. Am I the only one who really does not like wearing flip-flops as like everyday attire in the summer? I'd rather have like some sandals. I don't like the things between my toes. But like I said, my other sandals are soaked. So these are just gonna have to do while I walk over to get some coffee. Also, do you see that toe? That one with the band-aid? Yeah, I stabbed my foot with a stick this morning. So I got my iced coffee. Is it me, or does iced coffee like make your hands like almost like frostbite? Like, I usually ask for a cozy and I didn't this time. But yeah, usually like right now, like the tips of my fingers are, sorry, I'm crossing a street, are in pain. So yeah, depending on the time, because the ARC opens at 9, and though I don't want to be there right at 9, I want to be there pretty darn close to 9. Depending on that, going to, another stick, going to eat my burrito and then check the levels and then head to the ARC. I will show you guys, me checking the levels of my car if you're interested. Why are you so talkative? What do you want? Neo? Neo? What do you want? Meow. Neo? Those are the socks that I had on this morning while I was using my tennis shoes. Look at his eyes glow. Meow. Meow. My baby, I love you. Meow. He wants to go outside, but since we live in an apartment complex, I don't feel comfortable having him go outside by himself, so I take him on a leash. I'm just too busy today to take you outside. I know, it's been too hot, now Mom's too busy. Oh, life is hard as a cat. Hi you guys, so I checked my fluids. I was talking to my sister while I was checking my fluids, so that's why you guys didn't see that. But all my fluids look good. So when I go to, I'm gonna get it checked by O'Reilly's since they can check the engine light for free. And so, but last time I had them checked, they were like, we don't know what this is. And it turned out thousands of dollars later that it was the gas cap. So even if they find out, like, they're like, we don't know what this is, I probably am going to purchase the gas cap just to like see. Plus I don't really like the gas cap that is currently on my car because I don't feel like it like closes all the way, because it doesn't make the click click click. It just like turns and locks, and I just don't like that. I'm old-fashioned. So I also have like a windshield wiper fluid light, which I did see that I do need to input more window washer fluid, which I do have, but it never goes away even when I put in window washer fluid. So, but I'm not about to pay people to figure out what that is if it's like just an annoying light. So we'll figure it out. I am off to ARC. It is 9:05, so perfect time, and I'll check in with you guys later. All right, so I'm at the gas station, and from this angle you can see that I still have my items because they don't accept donations until noon. So I was ill-informed, and a bunch of people else too, because there's a long line. So I'm just going to go to Knowledge Bound with the stuff for the ARC in my car, and then when I'm done there, I will don't go to the ARC and donate these things and then go home. So it's just a little bit different. Got to be flexible, right? So I wanted to talk to you about just what I am expecting to purchase when I'm at Knowledge Bound, because I do get a 15% discount for going on Customer Appreciation Day. Sorry, I had to pause the video to stop my gas. So what I am planning on getting is the carpet squares or shapes or numbers that you can put on the carpet, because if we do go back to school, one of our requirements is that students have to walk in a line and they're 6 feet apart. And so if we were to have students come back, I want to make sure that I have like a spot for them that's laid out 6 feet apart, so that they know that that's their standing spot. When we go to, the only real place that they'll be leaving will be our class to recess. Other than that, all of our specials are going to be pushing in. So I just want to make sure that they understand lineup order and all that jazz. I'm not thinking about it, and I'm thinking about bags. Like, how are we going to make sure that their stuff is 6 feet apart? My only thing is that if they put their backpack on the back of their chair, I don't know. So that's interesting thought, is backpacks and things like that. So if I find anything else, then I find something else. But that's the main reason why I'm going, other than the fact that it's Customer Appreciation Day. So let's get started. I'm turning on my car, and we are going to take the scenic route. So here we are, just 5 minutes away from 10 o'clock. I don't know what that lady's doing, because they were very adamant of not coming in early. But yeah, very, very excited to get started. Oh, they're letting her go in early. I guess I can go. All right, so you guys, I'm finished at Knowledge Bound, and it only took 30 minutes. So I'm gonna head home, but I wanted to show you what I bought, because I ended up buying more than the carpet numbers. So I got the numbers instead of the shapes, because I thought that I could definitely reuse these year after year since they're on numbers. I'm trying to determine how I'm going to do numbers this year. It may be different than how I do numbers previous years, just because I don't know what it's going to look like. So I have the numbers. And I already told you how I'm going to use those. I got some more birthday pencils because I was running out. So more birthday pencils. And they're the same that I already have. I got some Connect cubes. Now, I saw fantastic 4th on Instagram. I'll put her picture or her Instagram feed here. Use these for fractions, and mine, like, for improper, to make a full fraction. Anyways, my mind was blown. So I bought some for myself so I can use these with kids, and the great thing is that you can sanitize them easily. So I got those, and then I got this number sleuth, which is essentially like a matching puzzle. So here, I'll show you on the back. So for instance, it says find equivalent fractions. So 3/6 is an equivalent fraction, 2/4 is an equivalent fraction. And so the students uses a dry erase marker to find if it's like you could do factors of 4, right? Or multiples of 4, or yeah, anyways, factors of 4, the factors. There we go. So I'm really excited to use this as like a possible math center in the future. If I'm not allowed to have math centers, then I could easily like give one of these to each kid. So anywho's, got that. And I got like there was this, they didn't have it in store. It was new, but it was a feeling chart. And I have a fidget stuff. And so if a student is feeling overwhelmed or if they're feeling anxious, they can flip to that anxious card and then they can really describe how they are feeling. And I thought that would be great for this coming year, because it's like, it's really crazy to think that, you know, the students might need that social emotional help. So those are the things I bought. Now there is a ton of extra, lies. I also bought these magnets, and I'm going to write their numbers on them just so that I can use them over and over. Or I might do their name, and then I know, like with Sharpie, and then I know that dry erase brings off Sharpie. I might have to test one first because there's 30. But for like writing, I just want to know where in the writing process they are at, and for them to really see, not necessarily in a competition wise, but just see like their classmates, how their classmates are doing. And okay, well, if most of my class is on their edit and I'm still in my plotting part of my story, maybe I need to kind of speed things up. So just so also I know where they're at in their writing process. And then I feel like I'm excited for them to take some more ownership over like them expressing where they are at. I could also see this as a formative assessment, as far as them saying like, yes, I get this, or I need more help. And then it's so small that only I can really see it when I'm up there. So I might do numbers so that like not everyone remembers everyone's number instead of their names. So it's a little bit more like incognito, I guess you could say. So I did buy those. But the rest of this stuff was like part of the gift bag. And so I will, there's not a whole lot, so I can just go over it right now. There's some an eraser, this cute Christmas pen, a couple Christmas pens, and then, oh, it's a Snoopy pen. Okay, one of my coworkers loves Snoopy. I'm totally gonna get this to her. Anywho, she's my like GT teacher, and literacy specialist. I got this Zap game in a plastic baggie, which is awesome. I got some stickers, which is always great, and then this little notepad that's a magnet, so that's pretty awesome. And I got a cookie, and though I shouldn't eat this cookie, am I gonna eat the cookie? Yes, and I will have a tummy ache later. So that is everything. So I'm pretty jazzed. I'm very excited for these cubes. I could also see you using these like even through remote learning with like pictures and stuff, and having the kids like figure it out. I could even take pictures of these and have the kids do it online or get ideas from these. I also got a ton of ideas. There were these cards with faces of children expressing an emotion, and then on the back it gave you a description or synonyms that go with that emotion. And I was like, I could totally make that on my own. And then there was another game, oh, of course I'm forgetting it now. There was another game that I was like, ooh, I could make that. It was, can't remember. It's going to bug me. Man, I should have taken a picture. Anywho's, so I am going to go home. Once I get home, it'll probably be only like 11, so I'm going to disconnect the battery and get that to go to AutoZone and get that replaced. So I'm pretty stoked. Oh my god, this cookie's delicious. It's like so chewy. And I know people don't like the word moist, But I'm sorry, when you have a moist cake or a moist cookie, that means it's super, super good. Okay. So it's from Jelly Bean Sweet Treats. So shout out to Jelly Bean Sweet Treats because delicious. All right, catch with you guys later. Okay guys, there's my battery. There is where it was. It was very difficult because these things, the positive and the negative, just wouldn't cooperate. Yeah, so they just wouldn't cooperate, and it was scary, like, because I don't want to get electrocuted. And that thing was super duper heavy. So I'm going to take it to AutoZone, have them test it, and then see if it really is the battery, and then if it is, get a new one. And yeah, proud of myself. It's scary because I don't want to hurt myself, but I know I could do it because I've done it before. But like I said, the negative, so the black one's negative, the white one's positive, those were very tricky because they just wouldn't want to stay in their spot. So yeah. All right, hi you guys. Sorry, it's a little shaky, but I wanted to show you. I went to O'Reilly's and they checked my check engine light and they gave me a new battery, so that's great. I'll show you the new battery. It was dead. The battery is dead, so that was good. So hopefully once I put that thing in, the car will start up because we really need 2 cars. And I got a cap for my gas because last time we had a check engine light and we weren't able to pass emissions, we spent like thousands of dollars trying to fix it, and we thought that it was a sensor in the gas pump because the sensor wasn't working and we just like filled it up every so often, so it wasn't a big deal. But turns out that wasn't it. It was just the gas cap. So I bought a gas cap just to see if that works. I mean, it's only $12, so really, or $13. So really, like, in grand scheme of things, like, you know, just to see if it works since I already checked all the levels. Yeah. So, I'm trying to decide whether I should go to the ARC first or whether I should do the battery. I'm thinking ARC then battery. So that's my plan. I just have to drive careful because you don't want your battery to tip over. So talk to you guys later. Hi you guys, I love this like rays of sunlight that you see on me. So the line for ARC is crazy long, like crazy. But so my husband gets off of work at 2:45, so that right now it's like 12:16, so I have plenty of time. But yeah, it's just pain that's this long, but you know, it is what it is. I gotta get rid of this stuff behind me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the next few minutes. I'm probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes, because that's how long this line is of cars. I'm like second guessing. I was like, maybe I should have just gone to Goodwill because that was right by O'Reilly's, but their line seemed long too. So I guess everyone and their mom's trying to get rid of crap or stuff. This trying to get rid of stuff. I mean, they're home, so they see like, you know, things that they really need and don't need, and so yeah. I mean, I could always come back tomorrow, especially if the battery works, but I'd rather just get it done today. And if I need to do the battery tomorrow, then I'll do the battery tomorrow when, you know, I'm home. So it's definitely not what's the word? Definitely not what's the word? It's definitely not what I would like. It's definitely not convenient. There we go. It's definitely not convenient, but I have the time. So, and thank goodness I had the burrito this morning, or I'd be starving by now. But yeah, so just chilling, listening to some tunes. All right, so that's eventually where I'm going to be. But look at all those cars. I have to continue down this road just a little bit and then turn. So yeah, and right now, pardon my crack on my windshield. Fun fact, I taught my kids how erosion happens through freezing water with talking about cracks in the windshield. Fun fact. But so it is 12:32. So far 20 minutes, so I'm guessing closer to 30 to 45. Hi you guys, so I just wanted to give you an update. At ARC, it took a total of 50 minutes waiting in that line to drop off my stuff. So at least that's done, it's taken care of. I know I'll be back. I know we have a ton more to get rid of, particularly Josh. He just needs to go through his stuff, but when you're working, that's hard. Even when you're not working, it's hard because you think of all the things you need to do. I put in the battery and the car started right away, so that is terrific. And then I did change the gas cap, but the check engine light's still on. I'm going to drive that car to pick up Josh in about 30 minutes because he gets off of work here soon, to see if it might go off while I'm driving it. Fingers crossed. If not, I'll have to make an appointment and go to the dealership to try to get that fixed, which is not what I want to do. So yeah, that's just a big headache. I have a question for you guys. Do you have emissions tests in your state? So I know in Washington state, they just got rid of emissions, and in Colorado, we still have emissions. But if your car, like during April, they took away emissions because of COVID and the emissions place was shut down. And of course, they are up and running in July, even though our county is getting more and more cases. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hoping that they'll close, and then I can just get my tabs or tags, whatever you call them. So yeah, I'm going to end the vlog here, or the day in the life here, just because I want to be respectful to my husband. So Josh is great, but I also like to spend time with him and just kind of have one-on-one time with him. So I'm gonna let you know what we're going to be doing. Once after I pick him up, we're gonna come back home, he's gonna change, and then we're gonna go to the gym. As you can tell, I've already changed to go to the gym. And normally I wear shorts, but because it's so overcast today, I'm wearing my long pants, which is great because my shorts are currently in the dryer. And so we're gonna go to the gym. My goal, so I'm training to run a half marathon. I've already ran 2 half marathons in my life. And so this coming up one will be my 3rd, and it's actually the exact same race that I ran my first one. So hopefully it doesn't get canceled. The one I ran in the spring got canceled, but I did a virtual one. If this one gets canceled, they do, you can either use that money for next year or you can get reimbursed. So that's why I signed up. So that's not until the end of September, but I need to start training now. So when I go to the gym, I'm going to be running 3 miles, and my goal is to run 3 miles in 10 minutes. That would be close to, so I was first thinking like wanting to get 9:30 or 9-minute miles, but in reality, I feel like 10 minutes is more doable, and that 9.5 and 9 minutes can be something that I work towards. So we'll see how I do after the pace of the 10. I know I can do like a mile and a half at a 10-minute mile. So I'm not too worried, but still it's going to be a challenge. So Anywho's, so we're gonna go to the gym. That's what I'm going to do at the gym. Josh usually does weightlifting or some calisthenics type of self-weight lifting. So that's what calisthenics is when you lift your own weight, body weight. There we go. So as that's what we're going to do for the rest of the day. When we come home, I'll cook dinner. We're having chicken teriyaki with brown rice, and then we will hopefully see if we get the house at 5 o'clock. And so it's kind of, like I said at the beginning, I'm to the point where if we get it, I'm going to be thrilled. And if we don't, I will be disappointed. But I also understand that there are other things out there and that there is a place for Josh and I. So I hope you liked this day in the life. I was like a busy little beaver, and I'm not like this all the time. But because I had the car, I wanted to make sure that I got all the car things that I need to do to get done. And now that we have 2 cars, I can do more things that aren't like all stacked into one day. So, thank you for watching. Remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, hit that notification bell so that you are notified every single time I upload a new video, which is every Saturday, just so you know. Thank you for watching. Remember, when you believe in yourself, you can change the world or a car battery. See ya.